Welcome to Go Get Great, the podcast for aspiring entrepreneurs and ambitious small business owners. I'm your host, Brittany, owner of Brittany Miller Socials and mother of 3. Go Get Great is all about helping you make life and business work together. You'll learn about the fumbles that helped get me and my guests to where we are today so you don't have to make them. So come join the journey with Go Get Great. We are all pretending. Now, I know that it's technically past Halloween. It's Halloween when I'm recording this today, but I woke up this morning and I was driving my kids to school and I was just kind of hit with this idea and I felt like it really needed to be shared. And that's the concept that we are all pretending to be someone we're not. And usually when we say that, we mean that in a bad way. But today I actually want to help you reframe and think of it as a positive. Because in order to be someone that we want to be, we need to manifest and we need to build these habits that help us do that. And we do that by starting off by pretending to be someone that we're not. So, for example, a lot of times I pretended to be a morning person and I get up at 5 a.m. and I, try and be motivated and work out and do all these things. And I don't always have the mentality of I am a morning person. But eventually you get up at 5 a.m. consistently and enough and you start to look forward to it. You start to feel energized and along the road, you become that morning person. Well, the same thing worked for me in my personal health and wellness journey. I was not an athlete. I was not athletic. That was, I guess it was a limiting belief that I had, but it was like a badge of honor that I wore. I was like, oh, I'm not athletic. Oh, I'm like smart. I'm not athletic. Well, it turns out you can be more than one thing. But the only reason that I wasn't was because that was what I told myself, that I was not athletic, that I couldn't work out. I'm a mom. I'm busy. All of these things. I had an excuses list as long as I am tall. And you name it, it was on there. But, eventually I started, okay, well, I'll do a little bit of stretching and then, maybe I'll do a little bit of dancing or I'll try a weights lift out or a weights workout or I'll do a bike ride. And the more you do the tasks while still having, for me, I had the I'm not athletic mentality. Well, eventually it started to become a habit and it started to become something that I would look forward to. I loved being able to challenge myself, to try new things, to develop skills, to get better, to do the same workout and have it be so much easier 2 or 3 weeks down the road. I loved how my clothes were fitting and I started to wear athletic wear a lot more because I was working out more consistently. So it was just comfier. I think it's stylish. A lot of it now is stylish too. So that helps. And it became like my go-to. It would be like, oh, if I put my workout clothes on today, like I have to do a workout because I put my workout clothes on. But sometimes it would be like evening before I got around to do it. So I got in the habit of wearing the workout clothes and doing the workouts. And eventually now I have this, not necessarily I'm athletic. We're still fighting that limiting belief a little bit. But I have this kind of acceptance and appreciation of, well, I might not be an athlete. I might not compete in athletic endeavors, which to me is kind of what an athlete means, but I am someone who works out. I am someone that has healthy habits. So in order to hit this place where I'm at now, where, I am healthy, I do work out, fitness is a priority, and so is my health, both physically and mentally. I had to embrace that imposter syndrome and I had to get up and I had to build the habits which created the mentality. I literally manifested my way to healthy habits by pretending to be someone that had healthy habits. So it kind of, like I said, it kind of hit me today that we have to pretend to be someone that we are not in order to become the person that we want to be. And that's okay. And it is, and it should be. But society tells us that pretending to be someone that we're not is inauthentic, that it's fake, that it's bad. We have this really big negative perception around pretending to be someone that we're not. And yeah, okay, we don't want to pretend to be someone we're not and impersonate someone else. That's like a totally separate thing, but we do need to pretend to be someone else to have the confidence to overcome the imposter syndrome and put those habits in place to eventually then become the person that we want to be. The only difference is that Halloween time, it becomes acceptable to pretend to be someone we're not. We encourage our children to pretend to be a princess or an astronaut or a rock star. We motivate them. We literally reward them for doing this because we hand out candy. Oh, good for you. You're an astronaut. That's amazing. Here's some candy. And yes, I mean, we do it because it's consumer culture and they've told us that that's what's acceptable. We hand out candy and snacks and treats to little children on Halloween when they come and say trick or treat at our door. And I'm not knocking the holiday. I'm not. But I don't understand or wish that we could change the perception of it's only okay to pretend to be someone that we're not on Halloween to something that's acceptable for us year round. Because it would help so many of us have the courage to face that imposter syndrome and go after the things that we're interested in. Whether, it's a university degree, but you tell yourself that you're, not academically inclined, or whether it's becoming a mom, but you think that you can't, or maybe you've been told that you can't by doctors. There's, a whole lot of limiting beliefs and imposter syndrome that prevents us from doing the things that we want and taking those action steps that we need to take to get where we want to go, because we're told that it's not okay to pretend to be someone that we're not. When, like I said, we really have to. Like you don't just magically wake up one day and you're a healthy person. It doesn't happen. You have to, drink your water, eat your vegetables. You have to do the workouts. You don't just wake up one day being 30 pounds lighter than you are. You have to do all of those steps to get there. You have to basically pretend to be someone that is 30 pounds lighter and do what a person that's 30 pounds lighter would do and would eat and would drink to hit that weight loss goal of yours. But we don't allow ourselves to do that. So instead, we sit on the sidelines and we complain about all the things that we're not or that we can't do, instead of taking the actions to get to the things that we want to do, which I think is incredibly unfortunate. And I feel like we're starting to get better as a society. We're just kind of becoming a society who, parents have kind of always done this. Oh, you can be whatever you want to be. But oftentimes when we tell our kids, or our kids tell us what they want to be, we're like, well, no, you can't actually do that. And we instill this behavior and this thought pattern that you can't pretend to be someone else, that you can't, in fact, be anyone or anything that you want to be. But it's okay to do it on Halloween. And I think that that's unfortunate, like I said. And I really wish that we could be a society that not only encourages children to be whoever we want to be, but encourages adults to be whoever we want to be too. And if you have to face a little bit of imposter syndrome and pretend to be someone that you're not in order to, become a professional dancer or whatever it is that your heart desires, then we need to do that. We need to be accepting of that. We need to encourage and create habits and patterns where we share what works and what helps us become this kind of person that we want to be. And we just need to embrace that as adults. We need to go back and embrace our 5-year-old self that is not afraid to be a purple cat with rainbow striped polka dots. It's okay, yes, maybe there are some things we can't be. We can't be that. But we need to go back and have that level of confidence that we can truly be whoever we want to be. And then that's going to help us overcome the imposter syndrome that we're facing when we decide that there's something that we do actually want to become. So that's my little mini motivational talk for today, my mini rant about facing imposter syndrome and being okay with pretending to be someone that you're not yet. That's the key there. You're not yet. Because you can be whatever you want to be as long as you are motivated and committed enough to put in the action steps to become that person. I became someone who is athletic, or at least has healthy habits. I work out. I became someone who is paid to do public speaking. That is not someone that I ever thought that I would be. I had to pretend to be someone that gave speeches and had the confidence to go up and talk to people and pitch products and services. And that was a habit I started developing in high school. And now is, part of who I am. I am a speaker. That is something that I am. but I had to pretend to be a speaker for a really long time before I was able to own that persona. So sit down, spend a couple minutes after listening to this episode today and think about what it is that you would like to become and what pretending you're going to have to do to get there. What action steps do you need to take? What limiting beliefs do you maybe need to work through? What kind of supports do you have available to you that will help you either hold you accountable for the physical actions that you need to take, or resources to help you work through any of the mental roadblocks that you're facing? Who is it that you're afraid to be? Who is it that you can pretend to be for a little bit in order to actually fully embrace and embody that person? So thank you guys so much for listening to my little mini motivational rant here today. I hope you like it. If so, let me know. I would kind of love to do some more content like this. I know that I really focused a lot more on like business strategy, but there's so much to business strategy that is not necessarily marketing related. It's all about mindset and lifestyle and habit development. And that's not really something that I have leaned into very much on the podcast. And I'm curious to know whether it's something that you would like me to talk about more, because I would definitely love to do that if you're interested in hearing about that. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you next week on the Go Get Great podcast.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Go Get Great. I hope you found some useful tips and tricks that can help you make life and business work together. If what I said resonates with you, please share it on social media, and don't forget to tag at Brittany Miller's socials so that I can celebrate you for taking those first steps towards achieving greatness. Remember, success doesn't happen overnight. It takes dedication, hard work, and a lot of spirit. So don't be afraid to dream big and go after what you want. Keep striving for greatness. You get closer with every step forward, no matter how small they may seem. Until next time, go get great.